Ring. If you have a Ring, you may want to consider either taking heed and turning off certain features, or may want to get rid of it altogether. They're letting police ask for security videos, and they're saying you can opt out of it. But the question is, can you really? Ring rolled out a feature they call community requests. And they're saying that they're letting law enforcement agencies send out official calls for footage from your Ring camera when they're trying to get to the bottom of a case. It's a completely voluntary service, meaning police can't just come and grab your videos without a warrant, but they're asking for you to play nice and play ball with them. Now, the key takeaway in all of this is that this feature is generally on by default. So if you have a Ring camera, it's probably already turned on, unless you went into the features and said, I don't want all of this. And if you're not trying to share your personal videos with the police, you got to make sure you turn it off in your settings. The professional move is to basically manually turn this thing off through the Neighbors app to ensure your privacy is on lock. Now, just know if you do decide to share the footage, your home address and email are sent right along with it. And once it's submitted, you can't take it back. Now, according to another announcement that was made with Ring, if you're not familiar with Flock cameras, they just partnered with Ring. And this is what a Flock camera looks like. So if you've been driving down the street, you may have seen one of these. They partnered with Ring. So basically, you have these Flock cameras, your Ring camera, and then also Axon, AXON, those are the police body cameras. They partnered with Ring. All three of these companies are partnered together, and they're saying, according to Flock's announcement, its Ring partnership allows local law enforcement members to use Flock software to send a direct post in the Ring Neighbors app with the details about the investigation and request voluntary assistance. And the request must include specific location and time frame of the incident, a unique investigation code, and details about what's being investigated. And users can look at the request anonymously. Okay, believe that if you want to. Okay. Flock is known for license plate recognition cameras, and Flock customers can also search footage from Flock cameras using descriptors to find people such as a man in a blue shirt and a cowboy hat. Besides law enforcement agencies, Flock says 6,000 communities and 1,000 businesses use their products. So between the body cameras, your Ring camera that you already have connected at your house, and this Flock camera, they're all saying starting on November 1st, this is what's going to happen. Now, how to turn it off. You open the Ring Neighbors app and open up the main menu. And basically, it's in the three lines. We call it the hamburger menu. So if you have a Ring camera, tap that three lines on the top left-hand corner, and then tap the neighborhood settings, and then uncheck the box next to the community request and tap apply. And that's how you can stop it. Okay. I'm not telling you that they won't go still find a way to do it. But my thing is, you have now turned your home into part of the police, Ring, Flock, and Axon. You've turned it into a surveillance system. There's been a lot of uproar on social media this week about what's going on with this. And I don't know if this is good or bad. There is no question. I just want you guys to let me know. And some of you guys are already chiming in. What do you think of Ring partnering with the police? And my community requests have been off since day one. Somebody said, can you stop it? Well, if you turn it off, Revis, they say they won't share the information. But who's not to say Ring won't override it? I don't have a Ring doorbell, but know several people who do. See, Sheila Baker, this is why I ask you guys to please share the show. Because they needed to be on this show tonight so they can be like, I don't believe it. Well, guess what? It's in the fine print. This is why.
There's the follow-up question.
Which is?
Can you trust it?
Okay. I'm with that, Reeves. That's fair. Can you trust it? I don't think you can trust anything these days. And I'm not saying, and don't get me wrong, I think we're in a catch-22 position, because if someone breaks into your house, you're going to want cameras, right? Someone breaks into your car, you're going to want somebody to pull that ring footage for you, because that's your property. But at the same token, are you open to knowing that you are part of the surveillance issue? That's a catch-22 situation. And to know that they've partnered with Flock and Axon, we're living in a surveillance state. And I don't have an answer for you. All I can do is just say, hey, here's the article. I want you to see it. You make a decision on how you want to move. They say that if you turn it off, they don't have access to it, but it's their stuff. You can't tell me there's not an override button. You cannot tell me that. I can't tell you that there is, because I don't work for them. But I want you to be mindful of what's out there and what's available. Nothing is 100%, so it's a catch-22. We are slowly turning into a surveillance state and turning everyone into snitches. LMAO. Hey, man. I trust nothing sponsored by the government. Mama D says, don't have one. Ring, that's the sound of the police. Rich Vibes, I can't. You got me, Rich Vibes. Look, I didn't even read that out all the way, but Rich Vibes said that. I need you as a DJ and say ring, ring. Come on, Rich Vibes. Hackers are going to love this. Yeah. Yeah. This is interesting. The questions are pouring in. There is inside ring cameras as well. I think that you should have looked at another product. I have a different brand. I think it was a Chinese-based company, and the only reason why I bought that brand was because it did 2K. There is no such thing as a 4K ring camera, but there is a thing as 2K. And I did my research. I was very thorough. I do have an in-dash camera in my car where I can notify my people if I get pulled over by the police, and it automatically streams. If somebody bumps my car, it starts recording. It's 4K. I have to where I can literally talk to the person in the car with my dash cam that I have. Gets the pimples in your face. Gotcha. But that's a dash cam.
I have talked to you.
I pay that $10, $10.99 a month for that service, right? But that's a dash cam. We're talking about Ring. Amazon, Best Buy, and any other company, they sold Ring for the holidays and said, hey, you can trust us. You're our friendly neighbor, and we want to make sure you're safe. And basically this community feature is I lost a cat. I lost my pet. But now you're in a situation where they can tap into your Ring camera whether you like it or not. Now they're saying,
why stop there?
Say what you're gonna say.
Why don't we get with Verizon and T-Mobile and AT&T and Cricket and everybody else? Why don't we just get with them? Just tap into everybody's telephones and use that.
Well, I don't think the FCC is going to allow that just yet.
We're a surveillance state, so you might as well have access to every camera. Why not just have access to those?
I might need to switch out the Swan. That's an inside joke, y'all. There's a company out called Swan. I think they're an Australian-based company, and we had a chance to meet them over at CES. We've been trying to see if we can get them on the show because I do believe in their technology. I think that their technology is awesome. We had a chance to meet them earlier this year. Revis, Solo, and Charente. We all got a chance to meet them this year. He says, let me go check my Ring camera now. I would love to know if you have this turned on right now as we speak. Yeah, I would love to know if you have this turned on your Ring in your settings. Is that community feature turned on right now? Anybody that has a Ring camera, check your settings. And once again, to check your settings, you need to go to the hamburger menu or the 3 lines, top left-hand corner, tap neighborhood settings, and it should say feed settings. And then see if that box of community requests is turned on. See if it's turned on. And let us know in the comments, is it turned on? And make sure you tap to apply the button and you select the ones that you don't want. Once again, did anybody even know that this was even happening in their neighborhood? Did anybody even know that this was happening right there at your house? You didn't even probably know. Now here's the flip side. The community request is if you lost your dog or your pet. That's the way they're framing this, right? And you can say, hey, I'm looking for my pet. That's the way they're framing it. And if you have your community request on, then Ring can look at other neighboring houses and see if they can pick up that lost pet. But now what happens when it becomes a crime? What happens when the police say, we're looking for a certain subject and your community request is turned on and you have yours on? So now they can say, oh, they went through this backyard, or we saw them break into this car because it was turned on. Catch-22, some right, some wrong. How do you feel? What side of the bed do you feel comfortable on at the end of the night? Fast and Furious movie had good eyes that used every option to find someone. That's another good movie you might need to look at. This is what this show is about, right? Revis, myself, we're here to try to bring some fun, some engaging conversations with you. We want you to know what's here. We want you to know what's available. And you probably didn't even know that this technology was here. As a recap, prison phone call rates are rising. Those calls are going to get a lot shorter, and it's going to hurt the underserved community. Self-driving police car. Right now, it is a stunt. But who's to say that another police agency is not going to deploy this in their community, in their neighborhood, and in their surrounding counties? The new facial recognition app called Fortify, where they can just, the ICE agents can literally take a picture, and because you have your driver's license picture, you have your TSA picture, you have your mugshot because you've been arrested back from when you were 18 to 25. You uploaded a picture to a social media page and they sold the data to ICE. Now all they can do is take a picture and boom, they got you. Are you legit or are you not? Tomato, right? Police can now access your Ring cameras. Unfortunately, we're starting to see the makings of a surveillance state. And the question is, did we do it to ourselves? Wanting to be protected, wanting to protect our own. Did we do this? Did we do this to ourselves? Thank you, Solo. He said his settings, he checked his Ring, and he said it's only just for the record, not on his settings. I hope I'm getting that right. He says his Ring is safe for now. Hopefully you turned it off. Once again, the articles are in the description of this video. You can go and read the fine print. I'm not making anything up. You can see it right there. I show it to you every week, and this is what this show is about. I think that Ring setting in the app is Ring for my neighbor, not in the Ring app. So yeah, did I say it wrong? Awesome Fun Things. I think that the Ring setting is in the app, Ring for my neighbor, not the Ring app. Okay, so I'm not sure, but I just want y'all to look at that. The article is in the description for you to check it out yourself. And then if you have a Ring camera, then you can go from there, all right? It's the Lab Tech Show. Join us Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern at thelabtechshow.com. Embrace it or get left behind.
Alrighty then.